Well, this is not how I wanted today to go. It really wasn't. We're going? Okay, we're going. Okay. It's doing a thing there. So I'm here through some miracle, I suppose. So, the direct, as of the time of me starting my stream, has already happened. It has already concluded, and they're currently doing the Treehouse segment, which, as you can see here, I have not looked yet, and I'm going to try to avoid spoilers as much as I possibly can. It will be difficult. So I have to scroll back at the start to restart the direct half of this broadcast. Unless it's kind enough to start at the beginning because I clicked that play button after the Treehouse segment. But given the fact that it's only 10 and the direct lasts about 50 minutes, they've probably only just started. So I'm going to have to manually rewind the dang thing. But here's the thing. I'm going to explain what the hell has been happening over the past little bit. So, we all know the direct gets announced yesterday. Because they always announce these things like a day in advance at most. 10 minutes at least, Star Fox. I see him on my bingo card, judging as if I didn't put him there for that exact purpose. But here's the thing. So, my internet provider sends out a notification, notifies us that they're going to be doing the maintenance in the middle of the night, like 2 to 5 a.m., Fair enough. This has happened before, and they've usually sorted it out pretty quickly, and even a lot of times when I'm up late and I'm still doing stuff like gaming, like the internet maybe drops out like once or twice for a collective 5 minutes. Like, and then we're just good, right? Well, it turns out something went wrong this time. Because after the maintenance had concluded, at some point at like 6 in the morning, the internet completely gave out. Across, like, the entire region. We have a local service provider because I guess it's cheaper than the big guys. But the big guys seem to be more reliable given the fact because of the second time we've had an outage in the span of 2 weeks. But okay. I'm like, okay, fine. I'm waking up around like 7. So, like, wake up and I see the internet's freaking dead. I'm like, okay, fine. It'll probably be fine. It'll be back in like an hour maybe, and I'll be able to set up stream and everything. And then, cut to around 8:30, and I'm like, dang it. This is not gonna come back, is it? Because my original plan for this is I wake up at 7, set up the stream at around 7:30, start it around 8:30 to have time to explain the bingo card and everything. Because I usually start these like 15 minutes before the actual presentation starts. And there's a problem with that, given that I like to ramble about things. Especially when Wanye or Vic shows up and we all have a little laugh. Try not to get scared and whatnot. So I wanted to give myself a little extra time to account for that and go over the full bingo card. But now I can't start at 8:30 like I wanted to. And I have to hope that it at least comes back in the next like 15 minutes so I can actually start everything. You may have noticed the community tab basically summed up this whole thing. The answer was no. It did not come back in time. So that was fun. That was something I definitely wanted to experience. My mobile data was enough to at least, turn on the hotspot and send out the community note. The community tab post. But I knew for a fact, given the fact that where I am currently, there's 1 bar of cell signal, it was not going to be enough to support getting the Nintendo Direct and also streaming my reaction to said direct. It would be an utter disaster, and it would just not be worth it. So, I spend a solid, hour after that just messing around with time trials in Mario Kart World. Which, if you could see here, if I do this, is still running, which is how I have the music going for this stream. Because I knew I was going to be in friggin' silence the entire time, and I wanted to have some sort of background audio. So there you go, Mario Kart's taking up the helm with the free roam track music. It's fun. So... I've just been doing time trials for about an hour. Midway through a Whistle Stop Summit run, I get the Friends Online notification, which means my internet came back, and we're all fine and good, and everything's great. And hopefully, it sticks around, because that was about half an hour ago. And we have not any drops since. Stream's been going for around 6.5 minutes of me just trying to explain where the heck I've been, and we still seem to be good. Everything still seems to be okay. So I'm gonna hope it stays that way while I go through this whole thing. So, man, okay. Let's just start with the bingo card itself. We'll go ahead and get rid of the token for a second here, and zoom in on the card. Oh, card. I can't really get centered. You see, it's snapping to the top and bottom. It's not snapping in the middle like I think it should. But, oh well, it's not my problem. So, this is my bingo card for this direct. Obviously, I have the free space in the middle because I always do that. So let's go over everything else, the more important parts. Starting from the top left. Kid Icarus. One on the Nintendo series that has just been gone for damn near a decade and a half at this point. I've never played it. Nintendo fan, afraid of games, Scott the Woz joke, ha ha ha. I get it, but never played Uprising, which is the good one. I played the NES one with rewinds and save states, and I hated the whole experience. And I just like to pretend it didn't exist. It was not a good time. But I always leave a few spots on the bingo board for Nintendo series that get revivals. Because we saw what happened with Tomodachi Life and Rhythm Heaven getting the same stream, the same direct. We start with Rhythm Heaven, and then we get Tomodachi Life near the midpoint, I think. So they can just give us sequels to things you wouldn't expect after just being gone since the 3DS. So that's why Kid Icarus has been here so long, in case I finally do it. Next up, Star Fox, which was just going to be on here anyway, but now it's on here for a different reason. You see, originally, Star Fox is on here for the same reason that Kid Icarus was. It's the thing that, it's one of those series that's been gone for a while, and, you know, a revival would be kind of nice, and, you know, given the Mario Galaxy movie, it seemed like they were really trying to push it. They were really trying to push Star Fox a little bit more. And then, last month, they freaking shadow drop a direct for the game. They shadow drop a direct. 10 minutes before it goes live, they're like, hey, we're doing a thing. And it's like, what? What are you doing? Huh? What? Why are you like this, Nintendo? Why do you do these things? Alright, well, actually, you know what? I'm gonna make this a little bit easier to illustrate. I'm gonna zoom in the card and actually make it look crunchy as heck. There we go. Alright. Next up. Pokopia DLC. Using the powers of the Pokopia title font generator thing that went viral a few months back. I forget the name of the company, I guess, that's been doing all these. They come out with a new one every week. Like, most recently, I think they put out one for Digital Circus, which looks so bootleg. But, like, okay. I have not played Pokopia. I'm generally not super interested in it, but I wouldn't be surprised if they went the route of giving it DLC, because every Pokemon game nowadays has some form of paid DLC. And at the very least, I think I'd also be counting like new event stuff, because past events were available just in the game already at launch, and then we're freaking data mined. Honestly, adding more via an update I think would also count, just Pokopia being mentioned in general. Originally, this spot was just going to be a general, non-Generation 10 Pokemon announcement. But I felt it was a little bit too vague considering how much other vague stuff I put on here, so meh. Fourth, much to my dismay, Super Smash Bros. Some people say it's too early. I say there's a chance we see it today. Especially considering the fact that we got a freaking treehouse on here. So whatever they have in this direct is obviously big. Because they saved treehouse presentations for like the big stuff. And Smash, I think, fits the bill pretty well in that. I'm also going to uphold my promise that I've said multiple times on stream, and I have other people who have also said this too, that I can vouch for me here. If a new Smash game is announced, at some point, whether it be here or in the future, just generally speaking, like next time we get an announcement for it, I'm gonna get it, no matter what. I'm gonna give Smash an honest try again, after the absolute misery I've had with it back in high school. I'm gonna probably groan a little bit just at the sight of it, but you know how that is. I'm also expecting this to turn out kind of like how Splatoon did, and like how Monkey Ball did, where people hype up these games, and then I play the new one, and I have a terrible time with it. In Monkey Ball's case, I just don't think I like the gameplay style. In Splatoon's case, it's part that, and also part Splatoon 3 being kinda ass. Ass is probably a strong word for it, I'm gonna be honest here. But a lot of people saw it as a downgrade from 2. So... here's hoping that if we get a new Smash Brothers, it's at least good. I'm not gonna act like it should be like a full replacement to Ultimate. I feel like Ultimate should still exist as like a separate thing, have some justification. If they, like, I don't expect them to put literally everything in from Ultimate again. But, I expect it to be kind of like a Mario Kart World scenario, where 8 Deluxe still exists, and there's still a reason to have that. It's not completely outclassed with a new entry. That being said, I really do enjoy Mario Kart World, and I do like it more than Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, but there is still a reason to go back to 8 Deluxe. There's more tracks in general. There's none of the intermission stuff that people are kind of iffy about. And the learning curve for some of the trick system stuff can be a little bit daunting for some people. Mario Kart Deluxe is definitely a more basic Mario Kart with more tracks by default, unless you count the intermissions that people don't like. Because Mario Kart World has 30 tracks with like another 100 intermissions, while 8 Deluxe base is like 12 cups for each. It's 48 just from the base game, and you double that with the Booster Course battle. So if you don't care about intermissions, there you go. I'm not expecting the next step for Smash to be a huge, like, let's take Ultimate and do more. I think it should be more of like it's gonna do its own separate thing that's not gonna completely outclass everything in Ultimate. So there's still a reason to go and get the older game. Maybe that's why they added tripping and brawl, so that way people could still have a reason to play Melee. I kid, but yeah. Also, we have passed the 15-minute mark, and I've only gone to the end of the first row, basically. Mainly because I've been explaining what the heck happened. But okay, next up, 3D Mario. I don't think it's super likely, but if it happens, it's gonna have a lot of power on the bingo board, given the fact it's in a frickin' corner. I say not likely, because even though it's been a long time since Odyssey and Bowser's Fury, the main 3D Mario team was busy with Donkey Kong Bonanza the whole time, from what I've heard. So, they weren't making a 3D Mario. It's possible another team did it, and we could just have one ready to go, but I'm not seeing it as likely. People make jokes about Super Mario Titans, that AI-generated hellscape, but, like... I honestly don't really fully see this happening, but if it does, it's going to be worth a lot of the bingo card. Next up, new IP. Also here just because if Nintendo wants to do something new to Switch 2, there you go, it's something there. Self-explanatory, really. Layton. First announced via a teaser back, oh my god, it's probably been like 4 years ago now. And it's gotten very little news since then. It has gotten a trailer, I will say that. Like last year, it did get something. I'm not gonna act like it didn't. But it did just kind of disappear for a while. I feel like they announced it a little too early. Just a tad. So, whoops. Still waiting for it to show up again. Not just for my sake, because I do want to play it, but also because Palex would be super excited to see it again. I still remember the clip of him reacting to the teaser and just screaming into his hands for a solid minute and a half. Like throughout the entire teaser, and then like halfway through the next announcement, you just hear he's just losing his mind. Oh man, it'd be great to see him like that again. Next up, Wario. Specifically, not WarioWare, because A, I want Wario to have something different, and B, we recently got a new mobile game that's basically WarioWare, but with your photo gallery, which is weird. I don't know how to feel about it. But that means that WarioWare would be just kind of redundant at this point, for now. There have been rumors going around that they will announce a new Wario Land at some point. I guess Wario Land 6? If you don't count Virtual Boy, but you do count Shake It. I don't think Master of Disguise is a Wario Land, it's just a Wario game. And this Wario World, which is kind of a spin-off of sorts. I don't know. We just need another Wario platformer again to set things straight. Next up. I wanted to put Rhythm Heaven Groove on here, but I couldn't easily find a transparent background version of the logo for some reason. So my first idea after that was just like, hey, what about those dudes from when we first saw it announced? The very first mini-game we see from the whole thing. And there he is. There he is. Rhythm Heaven Groove, I think, most recently had some Twitter stuff. I don't know if we had a proper release date for it yet, but at the very least, this would be a proper time to talk about it again. Kirby, anything. Next mainline, Robobot port, whatever. I just want Kirby to be here generally. And yes, I will count if they do more Air Rider stuff, but we're not getting DLC for that. I don't think they'd have a spot in the Direct for the new, like, Bug Out event, I think. This is an event that gives you, like, an alien hat thing. Like, 2 long eye stalks. It's really goofy. I love it. I want to play Air Rider so bad, but I don't have it yet. But yeah, like anything else Kirby would just fill in the slot. Heck, Pikmin. Not likely. Pikmin is not likely going to be in the showcase at all, unless they want to do some big announcement for Bloom again. Like, we are adding Glow Pikmin. But, like, I don't see him doing that. I don't see him doing that. If we do get an announcement for Pikmin 5, it's going to be at the very end. It's going to be a teaser like Pikmin 4, and we're not going to see it again until next year. Or at the very least, the September Direct, assuming we get one, because their schedule's a bit weird sometimes. Splatoon Raiders, I believe, comes out next month. So... yeah, I think Splatoon Raiders has had kind of a weird history with announcements. I think it was first announced on Twitter because I theorized that they wanted to put it in a general direct, but they also wanted to get the new update out for Splatoon 3, and they could not change that. And the two of those announcements, both those announcements, like hand in hand, they were just linked together. It's like they couldn't delay the announcement of the next Splatoon update with it because it would be out like 2 days later. So like, guess we had to put it on Twitter then. Would have been great to put it in a direct, but no, they didn't do that. As mentioned before, Mario Kart World DLC being a potential thing. I wouldn't mind it. I think there's enough stuff here already as is. But to each their own. I wouldn't mind some new stuff. If we do get DLC, I will predict something that we won't get. We're not gonna get Woohoo Island ever again. the two Wii Sports Resort based tracks in Mario Kart 7, never seeing them again. They are never coming back, dude. This one here requires some explanation. So, Fire Emblem is definitely going to be here to get a proper release date. But you may notice that it's the icon here is low quality, kind of cropped weird, and it's noticeably spelled wrong. I'm forever going to see this game as Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave, because after the last Direct, where they announced the game as the One More Thing, I believe, they obviously put the trailer on Nintendo Today. And of course, the little preview widgets you could put on your phone, they show the little icon representing the game. For some reason, when the Nintendo Today thing went live, they used a temp version of the logo that didn't correct the spelling. So it's like, it had English for a little bit. I think they fixed it within a couple hours or so. At the very least, it was fixed by the next day. Like, for a short time after the game was announced, it just was spelled wrong on Nintendo Today's little widget for some reason. And I took a screenshot of it and I shared it around on Twitter and Discord, and it was funny. I don't really care much about Fire Emblem, so the entirety of the game's legacy is just going to be that really funny spelling error the entire time it exists. So, there you go. Sonic. Specifically, as you can tell from the render, Sonic Frontiers Definitive Edition. I know it seems kind of weird they put it in a Direct. Don't get me wrong. It is definitely a leap in logic. It is another one of those bingo stopper slots. Hear me out. Frontiers Definitive Edition does have an official listing on Walmart.com where it uses a lot of Crossworld stuff that's just like placeholder for now. But that means it's about time. They're probably gonna wait until the Sonic Central. But I put it on the Direct anyway because of all of the current consoles that are out. The Switch 2 is the only one not to have a version of Sonic Frontiers on. You can play the Switch release, but there's no upgrade pack, no Switch 2 release on its own. it didn't get a re-release like Sonic and Shadow Generations did when the Switch 2 came out. Definitive Edition, I think, would fit that little slot. It would serve as the upgrade package from Switch to Switch 2, as well as being an upgrade for the other consoles to have more content for Definitive. So because it would effectively be the Sonic Frontier Switch 2 edition, I felt like it was at least a small chance it could possibly show up here. Of course, it is a stretch, but that's kind of the point. Switch Online. Most of the GameCube games that have been announced since the original Switch 2 Direct are now a thing. I think we're just missing Mario Sunshine somehow. And I want to say Pokemon Coliseum, because we have XD. We got the second one first. I don't know how. But that's what happened, I guess. But we could get the announcement of more games. And apparently, last night, the NES and Super Nintendo online programs got updated, and data miners have found what looks to be like a rudimentary achievement system. So, that's neat. We have a slot here for Amiibo. Just any sort of Amiibo announcement, because I feel like a lot of directs recently are like, we're adding a new Amiibo. And we're focusing less on the functionality of the thing and more on the fact that it's a minifigure. Have you noticed that? Like, the early Amiibos are noticeably like lower build quality and a lot more simple, but they can use run like a lot of games. Very much going into the toys to life genre like Skylanders did. Skylanders, Disney Infinity, Lego Dimensions, that sort of thing. It was Nintendo's answer to that. But later on, as they slowly phased out the main Amiibo stuff, they still make Amiibo for like their big releases. It doesn't really do much in the game itself, but the build is noticeably higher quality, and they tend to cost more. And then you have Air Riders, which has this whole thing where you can take the characters off of the ride machines and swap them around, and it actually does change the interactivity in the game, and of course are super expensive as a result. So like they're either super experimental or they're noticeably higher build quality than the original Amiibos. But they announced like one or two. Hey, Spluz Boys, Skylanders mentioned! So yeah, like a single Amiibo showing up, whether it be tying into a big announcement or just general, here's a new Amiibo thing, like, we're announcing new Kirby Air Riders Amiibo because we're obsessed with doing that. There you go. Next up, the Ocarina of Time remake that's been rumored. I personally don't really think it's necessary because you know how people were complaining that they're effectively remaking Star Fox 64 again? Well, Ocarina of Time, the same thing kind of happened. Because you have Ocarina of Time. Then they remade it for 3DS. They don't need to remake it again. They don't need to remake it again. And then you can also tangentially add in Majora's Mask, which was built off of Ocarina of Time. It's basically a ROM hack. And then that also got remade on 3DS as a launch title, I think. So that's its own can of worms. But honestly, I don't really want an Ocarina of Time remake, but everyone's been talking about the potential for one for months. Because the stupid rumors going around. I don't really want one, but it's here for posterity, I guess. Deltarune Chapter 5 and maybe 6. The last Deltarune thing that we got, again, something I don't generally care about, but I do love the announcement for it. Chapters 3 and 4 that came out on Switch 2 launch day with the friggin' Toby Fox mascot suit. It was so goofy. I love the absolute charm of the whole thing is amazing to me. From what I've heard, Chapter 5 has been in the bug testing phase for a while. Chapter 6 probably isn't too far off. So there's a chance we at least get Chapter 5 announced here. Just like with 3 and 4. We'll see. This one's mainly more for Vix, who's played Deltarune. And we've talked about it on stream a few times. So it's mainly more for them, not so much for me. And finally, after half an hour, bottom row, Mario Maker. Whether it's a new game or it's a Switch 2 edition of Mario Maker 2, it doesn't matter to me. As long as Mario Maker is here. Because I think the Switch 2 mouse controls would be an absolute perfect thing for Mario Maker. Because the Wii U original, you can make courses by just tapping on the screen. It's all touchscreen controls in the gamepad. You can still make courses with that. And of course, you had the Wii remote as well for point, click, there you go. It was very good for creating levels. Mario Maker 2 comes out. You can't do that anymore. You can still make levels in portable mode with touch controls, but if you're playing docked, you have to use a controller. You have to use the stick, and it is so sluggish. It is so damn sluggish, and I hate it. Mario Maker 3, or a Switch 2 edition of Mario Maker 2, would solve that entirely because you could just use the mouse controls from the Joy-Cons. It'd be perfect. It'd be so good. Because I've played a fan-made level creator game called Mega Man Maker, where it's basically this, but with Mega Man. And it's on PC, meaning you get to make your courses with mouse controls. And it is so smooth. It is so smooth in comparison to Mario Maker 2. I want that for Mario Maker. I really do. And given the fact that Mario Maker's DNA stretches all the way back to Mario Paint, which itself got referenced in the original game, the original Mario Maker had like the freaking fly swatting mode in It's a Secret. It makes sense to have mouse controls like how Mario Paint did. I think that'd be kind of neat. I'm hoping for it. Yoshi's Woolly World port. Specifically, possibly the 3DS version being ported up in a similar manner to Donkey Kong Country Returns HD, which I am currently playing. This one was an accidental leak on Nintendo's part because this was announced unintentionally. I want to say this was during the Switch 1 Direct before the Switch 2 Direct. I want to say it's the same Direct that gave us Tomodachi Life Living the Dream, Rhythm Heaven Groove, that stuff. For a little bit, you can make out an icon for Woolly World on there. And the graphics they used that scrolled on by, they used actual Switch games. So that is very obviously a Switch icon for a Woolly World port. And while Yoshi's Woolly World's technically not stuck in Wii U hell, like stuff like Nintendo Land, because it got a 3DS port, it's kind of in a weird limbo as a result as well, because the 3DS is also gone. And plus, I think if they were ported over to Switch and Switch 2, it would be just like with Donkey Kong Country Returns HD, where it has a 3DS content just in HD as well. If that makes any sense. So you'd get the Poochie Rush, you'd get the extra stuff from that, new amiibo support, because there's more amiibo support in the 3DS version as opposed to the Wii U version because it came out later. And also, the friggin' customizable Yarn Yoshi mode where you can draw your own designs on them and it's super adorable. Imagine doing that, especially with mouse controls. That'd be so good. I want it. But then they fixed the graphic and replaced it, I think, with Crafted World in an updated version of that trailer. I think also the European version had that from the get-go, so it was just fixed in general. But, you know, I still want it. And Nintendo, we know for a fact they like to have things completed just sitting in the vault for a good time. And I know we just got a new Yoshi game, but that didn't stop Donkey Kong. We got the Bonanza announcement and Returns HD announcement like a week apart from each other because that was the Switch 1, Switch 2 Direct, I think. So they can both still coexist, and both are definitely their own different beasts, because Woolly World's more of a Yoshi's Island style game, while Mysterious Book is more of an exploration-based 2D platformer. So, you know, if you want something closer in feel to how Yoshi's Island is generally, in terms of, like, platforming and being able to actually take damage and stuff, because I know some people are complaining about that, Woolly World's a fantastic game for that. So, like, there you go. Generation 3 Pokemon ports. We already have Fire Red and Leaf Green, and people have extracted the ROMs on that and have found that there is still support for Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald. But that's weird. The Hoenn games aren't on Nintendo Switch yet. And you can't complete the National Pokédex in those games unless you have the Hoenn games. And Pokemon Home support is one way. They can leave, but they can never enter. So yeah, I'm just gonna say it. Gen 3 ports are definitely gonna happen at some point. We already have Fire Red, Leaf Green. Give us Hoenn. It's right there. We know it's gonna happen. They can't hide it forever. We're almost done. Mario Sluggers! We have not gotten a new game in this series since the Nintendo Wii. Unless you want to count the Superstar Sports thing on 3DS, which no one does. It is like the one Mario Sports series that has just been left in the dust. Because tennis gets a new game every generation, golf gets a new game every generation, Strikers came back in a similar manner because it skipped the Wii U. Where's Mario Baseball? Hell, I'll mark this off if the GameCube one gets put on NSO. I will do that because I am desperate for Mario Baseball stuff at all. And plus, if they're putting it on NSO anyway, that means they have something cooking. They have something cooking. And finally, Shadow Drop. I could have sworn I put F-Zero on here at one point, but for some reason he's not here. Oh, I think I know what happened. It was a layering issue when I brought in, I think, the Switch Online logo here, and it covered up this spot. I just thought it was empty. I think Captain Falcon's supposed to be next to Layton here. Well, if F-Zero ends up being here, we'll have this as an honorary thing. It will not count towards the bingo. But, whoops! That's what I get from finishing up the bingo card at, like, midnight. But with that, that's the whole bingo card. And we are about 40 minutes into stream, and we chop off around, like, 8 of that to the explanation, meaning that if the internet was actually working, that extra 30-minute buffer would have been perfect. Starting at 8:30, explain the bingo board, and then we start at 9. But no! My internet service provider had to be stupid! And that's just what we have to deal with now, I guess. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and mute the Mario Kart World music here. By that I mean I'm just gonna I muted the audio. I'm also gonna just turn off the game. I've had that running in the background for like a solid 40 minutes. So I want to have some background music, so not just this, me talking, you know. Some background music is nice. So here's the part that's gonna get a little screwy. Put the bingo token back. Shrink this so it lines up right again. There we go. So, I've never watched a Treehouse event, but I assume they go on for a while. The direct itself lasted 50 minutes, meaning that they were already starting the Treehouse by the time I started stream here. I've been going for 40, so that means the Treehouse has been going for roughly 50 minutes, assuming that it lasts that long. I don't know. So there's a chance that they are still going, it is still live, and that is a problem. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mute the laptop so I don't get audio. I'm gonna like semi-cover my eyes just enough so I can see the freaking time bar at the bottom. And I'm gonna scroll back to the start, which, if they are still going, will be the little beginning thing, the little waiting room segment. And that lasts for half an hour. I can scroll from there and not get spoiled on anything. So fingers crossed that I don't see whatever big thing they're putting in the treehouse. Actually, you know what? Hang on. Hang on a freaking second here. I have a big idea. So that way you guys don't see it and can't spoil me on it unless you've seen it already. I'm gonna turn the capture back on for the Switch. Boom. Now you guys can't see it, so you can't react whenever I have the freaking treehouse open. Because if I turn off, if I make the browser source invisible, it also unloads the browser. So I'd have to refresh, and that would just ruin the point. So it's going to be a little screwy, but it's fine. Browser, interrupt. Alright, we're gonna mute the laptop for a second here. Little button press, there we go. Cover my screen a little bit here. And go.
A lot of it, so you definitely want to go out of your way to make sure you're picking some up.
Okay. I saw like a HUD. I don't know what it was exactly, but I saw like some form of HUD. That's all I saw. I couldn't make anything else out. I couldn't make anything else out. So now I can remove the capture from that and just have the direct on here. Okay. And then yes. YouTube changed this, so the embeds are now unable to change their volume for some reason, so I had to change it on this end a little bit, I guess. I'll pair it up on my end. I think it still sounds fine for you guys. That's not a concern. And now's the part where we just scroll. Because they're still going. I'm careful. We go to around... here? There's something there. I'm also gonna turn the quality... Oh, quality to 720. Yeah, it's fine. I'm streaming at 720 anyway.
Explore, create.
Ah, we're starting with a Switch 2 edition of Animal Crossing. Has that been announced previously? I know this isn't technically part of the actual Direct itself, but, you know, I figured I might as well leave it in because I saw this was a thing. No, I don't know if this was a previously announced thing. I might as well wait through this because this is like another... We're starting here. Yeah, it's like another 10 minutes. We got 10 minutes. Oh, this is definitely not things going on. This is just general bad stuff. I think we're this then. Yeah. DK64, yeah, boy. Alright, let's just skip. There we go. Alright. Close that. And it's time. I am behind by about an hour and 40 minutes. Let's go, baby! Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and just duplicate. Copy. Duplicate. There we go. Now we have our second bingo token. Whatever we need to use it for. I'm willing to bet we do get something out of this. Is the volume good? I assume the volume's fine. I'll turn it a little bit on this end. Maybe. Yeah, that's good. Here we go.
Hello, everyone.
Sorry I'm late. Sorry I'm late.
First, here's a game that's coming to the Nintendo Switch system.
Here's a game. Yeah, that's kind of the point. Thank you. Alright, what you got?
Hello.
Oh, we're marking it! That was quick!
My name is
We
Laura Dupree.
started one with this before. We're starting with it again. I cannot move this token very well. It's trying to snap, and I hate it. I disable snapping. How would I disable snapping on OBS? Ooh. That's a cute little mini game there. That's a new one. Transform order. I don't think I can stop it. Oh, well. It's gonna look a little iffy, but fine. you know where it's meant to be. It's okay. Frog. Frog.
Pretty simple.
This is worth it. This is worth it.
Press the correct button.
It's adorable. Yeah, I made a comment about how we started Rhythm Heaven. So we started the direct with Rhythm Heaven before. That was the Switch 1 direct the week before the Switch 2 one. That came out of freaking nowhere. They did it again. They did it again. They're starting with Rhythm Heaven again.
Now. 2, 3, now. 2, now. 2, 3, now.
There's the dude. There's the dude.
Are included. And as you
Alright.
play through the game, you can unlock different modes. For example,
The kingdom's everlasting peace rests on your shoulders.
Okay.
Finally, you're awake.
go
Oh my god. Is that a...
I can't
Why?
and use
No,
magic
not
powers
Skyrim. Don't put that in this.
monsters.
No.
Cast a fire spell with BA.
That is...
A.
That's
And a
not what I was
healing spell
expecting
with
of a
B
Rhythm
down
Heaven
A.
game.
B down A. Like that.
So you really want to fight, huh?
What spells will strike a
This
chord
is
against
this
the
is definitely
foes?
interesting.
Groove on and tip the scales to victory.
It's time for the Who's Got Rhythm.
Oh my god.
There are
Look
even
at
more
them.
rhythm games in the lineup. Enjoy all of this while playing solo.
This is great.
Dan, Emily, Leo.
There's
Sarah.
multiplayer.
We're under attack.
I feel like they've
Up to
mentioned
4
like, in
players
passing
can
before,
enjoy
but now they're just like,
different rhythm games.
hey, don't forget, this is a thing you can
Block
do.
the arrows.
Like, holy shit.
Grab the snack at exactly 3 o'clock.
Also, that's one of the old games as well.
Or aim for
They are
3
kind of doing
o'clock on the
they're
dot.
kind of doing the Mega Mix thing, where it's kind of like an old and new.
Emily,
It's mostly new in this one, though. I will give.
There are over 30
There we go.
cooperative
Yeah,
games to
tweezers.
play. Get into the groove solo.
This is really cool. I like this.
Rhythm Heaven Groove hits the
July.
Nintendo Switch system July 2nd. Pre-orders are
I
available
think that's
now
a.
on Nintendo eShop.
Have we gotten the release date for that yet? I don't remember if we had the release date prior to this.
For Nintendo Switch.
There you go.
On the Nintendo Switch 2 system.
Beautiful.
Please wait just a little longer for its release.
Just a little bit longer. You gotta wait a bit. You gotta wait a month, okay? Calm down.
Some games that will also be available on Nintendo Switch.
You gotta wait a bit. You gotta give it a second, man.
Master the way of the sword.
Do I have to? Do I have to master the way of the sword?
A new entry in the Sword Play Action series is
I've been checking other bingo cards as possible inspiration. This was on a lot of people's bingo cards. I feel like it's just something I generally forgot about. Maybe because I do not care. People are gonna get so mad at me about that, but whoops.
And the powerful counterattack ESED.
But yeah, you guys are better at making bingo cards than me, I suppose.
Oni armaments are also at your disposal.
Oh well,
to turn the
that's fine.
tides of battle.
And I'm never gonna act like I'm an expert when it comes to bingo cards. I always
Constant
struggle.
motion controls.
Here was definitely more of a struggle, I feel, because I kind of
As
bullshit
phase
half of it, I feel.
Will you cut
I mean, that's
down
normal,
those
but
that
also,
stand
like,
in your
so
way?
many franchises I would normally put on here have gotten
Oni
games too
Musha, Way of
recently,
the
so
Sword
I just
launches
didn't feel
on
comfortable putting them on
Nintendo
here.
Switch 2, September 25th.
So,
Pre-orders begin later today on Nintendo eShop.
so,
Your unwritten epic begins.
Your unwritten epic?
Dragon's Dogma 2
You mean-
Dark Arisen is
Oh my
headed
gosh,
to
Unreal
the
Engine!
You
Unreal
are
Engine
Arisen,
6
a
confirmed.
hero burdened with the
It
fate
will
of
run at
slaying
1
dragons
FPS on
within your
every
heart.
computer and console.
In this expanded version of Dragon's Dogma 2, explore the new land of Norgan.
Oh,
Seek
man.
out spoils, then appraise them to reveal new weapons, armor, or skills. With these arms at the ready, take down powerful monsters in this
Oh!
single-player action
That was a rock!
from a fighter specializing in close-range combat to a
I can't tell how much of the frame issues are from the stream itself being iffy, or from just the laptop having to process all this and stream. Because OBS itself is not saying it's dropping any frames, but also it just doesn't do this too often. I think one time when I streamed the Direct, I had it down to like 480 just to save some resources and it fixed things, but like this whole thing is scuffed anyway. I started an hour late because of internet issues, so like I think having the frame drops and things being a little scuffed just makes sense. It fits, okay? Shut up.
Otherworldly endeavors await in these games. Earth has been driven to the brink of annihilation by the called the Naytiba. Now, join Eve.
Oh yeah, it is totally laptop being iffy. That was a freeze.
Engage in high-speed combat.
Please don't be dumb, internet. Please just be
Then find your opening
performance.
and strike. Defeat enemies to acquire
I'm
new
tempted to
skills.
lower it to
Then
480 just to be safe.
strategically deploy them to fit the situation.
It's funny because it's trying to process all of the special effects here, and it's struggling because it has to change so much of the data. I am turning down the
Switch 2 this year.
quality. How do I? Where's the?
Blast off in the two-player co-op
Hang on.
adventure.
Interact.
Protect your
I'm gonna
home.
turn the stream
Expedition
quality down.
across the galaxy. There are
Quality
many interstellar
480.
galaxy. There are many
There we go.
interstellar areas to explore.
There we go.
Melt ice to
Gonna
make
look a bit more crusty, but it's gonna run smoother.
activate devices in
It is
time to
generally
defeat
fitting for my stream, though that something would go
escape
wrong
from
like
incoming
this.
enemies and more.
So there you go.
Dangers ahead. Voyage through the stars.
Whoops.
Two players can also work together locally or online using
yeah.
game share.
You're not coming to one of my streams for quality. You're coming to my streams to freaking
Orbital
laugh at me.
launches exclusively on the
Because
Nintendo
I am
Switch
a
2
goof.
system, September 3rd.
I am a goof who is out of the loop and does funny voices for the entertainment of like 3 people.
Reimagining of Rayman.
I was tempted to put Rayman on here. I was tempted. But I was like, no. No, they put him in the Summer Games Fest, so no.
Ride dragons across realms. Die.
Funnily enough, I could also put Spyro on here, but that's an Xbox thing. I know it's coming to Switch too, but it also feels kind of wrong
Players
now.
can go out on a limb in
The fact that Spyro's on Xbox alone feels nuts to me.
version of Kung Fu
Because I'm always gonna see Spyro and Crash as PlayStation games, but they're multi-console now.
launches
and
on Nintendo Switch 2
They get announced for an
October
Xbox
1st.
stuff specifically, it feels, and it's like, okay. That's
It's a
weird.
Great day for a big walk. Get lost with friends in this online co-op walking and talking adventure.
Friend slop
Set off
on my
across the
Nintendo
world,
console?
brimming with challenges, puzzles, and lots of
Yeah.
things to discover.
I will admit though, I
Enjoy
do
the
sights
love
and
the
sounds of the players here.
To find your way around.
Very simple, very
Use
goofy.
all sorts of tools to stay in touch.
I'm expecting one of them to go like, noot, noot, or something. They give like very much Pengu energy.
They might even be
You know? It's just the way that their mouths move. It just... I fell down your hole again. I fell down.
Enjoy the sunset. Dance the night away.
Oh my god. This is cute though. This is really cute though.
You know, the usual stuff.
Why?
Mouse controls.
Steven, why?
Cross-platform play. After all,
Oh my my god. This is really cute though. This is really cute though. I do like this.
Nintendo Switch 2, August 4th.
This is adorable.
Season the seas. Very own floating restaurant with the
The One Piece is real.
cook up recipes with Sanji. Craft the menu.
Oh, this is.
Decorate it to your liking.
Oh,
Then serve your customers.
I don't
as you
don't
run
care for the art
restaurant.
style here because like it's trying to go for the pixel art look, not the pixel art,
You'll expand
I
your
can say
menu
pixel art
offerings.
too, but like the size of the pixel, they become kind of mixels at some point in a way. This is part scaling.
Whip up Tom
Like all of the
Tom
text is
noodles.
just not
You
in
can make
pixel
all
art form. It's
sorts of
very
delicious
inconsistent in art style. It just
Spend in-game money
Ooh.
to change up the restaurant's interior
not vibing with
and
it.
expand it to attract even more customers.
Also, it doesn't help that my first thought upon seeing the game in action like this is freaking
Mouse controls.
Was it
are
Habbo
also
Hotel?
supported by Nintendo Switch 2.
that's probably not a good
Get
look.
ready for the epic proportions in One Piece.
Good
Grand
job,
Order.
guys.
Sailing on to
Damn it.
Nintendo Switch 2
Fantastic.
and Nintendo Switch systems October 23rd.
This is so dumb. Oh, I love Pokopia. I can mark that. We're gonna count this as proper DLC, or just I'm assuming proper DLC. But in case duplicate, we're gonna mark this. I think it's pretty safe to say it's proper DLC.
Keep adventuring in Pokemon Pokopia, even beneath the sea.
At the
Explore
very
the
least,
world
an
of
update sort of
ocean
thing,
floor
and
with
that
a
counts
free
enough.
update. By
Yeah, it's
using
an
the
update,
move
not technically
down, you
DLC,
can
but I feel like it
enjoy
counts
lots of
enough,
Pokemon
'cause,
living under the sea.
I don't know.
Plant grass.
It's the same
Build
idea, really.
structures,
It's
and
here's the
expand
game,
towns
but there's
underwater.
no.
This free
We
update is
can
scheduled to release in
be
August
talking
2026.
semantics on whether or not this really counts as DLC or not, but
And there's more. The Pokemon Pokopia.
oh, wait,
Experience
never mind.
is
There's DLC.
on the way.
I did it.
Discover a brand new land, bubbly basin.
I was about to make a
Where you'll
freaking,
find new furniture,
but I'm not done yet.
outfits,
Make a
and
joke
new
there, but like,
friends.
nope. The freaking game's just like, hey, you think it's not technically DLCs? You have to talk about freaking semantics. Nope, here it is. Because of course they did. Of course they did. I was right.
Look out for more details in the future.
I am pathetic. Okay. Let's just move on. It's fine. Ew, game key card. Disgusting. Ooh. I do not like it. Stop trying to kill all the physical media. Ew.
We hope you're looking forward to more content for Pokemon Pokopia via a free update and
I mean,
DLC.
I have a few friends who play it and they love it, but I
Next,
don't. I
take a
don't know if
look
I.
at this.
I don't know, maybe my thing. Big. It's a big thing.
This is the Dagdan Empire, a prosperous land ruled by the gods. The capital, Daxian, plays host to the heroic games, the winner of which is granted one wish.
I think.
Powerful fighters
If I'm
from across
vaguely
the land have
remembering,
gathered to
it's-
participate.
Yeah. It's like, this looks kind of familiar from the last one. Yeah, there it is.
Kai,
And they
a young
spelled the
boy
title right
from
this time. Oh my god, it's not like Nintendo Today again.
Dietrich, a swordsman, on the hunt for a
I don't know how they messed it up on Nintendo Today, by the way.
a queen
'Cause, like,
seeking to fulfill
They
the
announced it, the
long-held
title
dream
spelled
of
correctly,
her
and then they
life.
put it on Nintendo Today to put the trailer on there, and they spell it wrong on the little preview on the widget. And I'm like, what?
Guide which
You
of
had
the
the
characters
proper
you choose to
spelling of
victory
the logo for the
as they
direct.
weave their own unique
How the
tale.
hell did you use a temp one that
Queen
spelled it
Masters,
wrong?
You can strengthen your forces in
Why?
different ways.
I'm gonna think of this game as Fire Emblem now because I don't care about Fire Emblem. That misspelling is gonna be the game's entire legacy to me.
Figure it
You have ruined this game for me. I know there are a lot of people out there who are really excited about Fire Emblem. I just could not care less.
How you spend your free time is
This is not really my particular style of game.
Combat takes the form of turn-based tactical battles. Consider your weapons.
Like I've played Mario and Rabbids both times. I played both of them. They play kind of like XCOM, which I also never. I figured, oh, it's gonna be the Nintendo thing. I gotta take it a little easier. It's more generalized. It's not super hardcore. And then I got Brick Wall and World 3 both times. Both games, I got stuck in the third world and I gave up. I cannot play these types of strategy games. I cannot. This is not my kind of game. So, you know, with Fire Emblem basically being that kind of style of game again, I'm gonna say no. The freaking grid-based strategy game type of deal, no. No, thank you. I'm just gonna move on. I'm gonna piss so many people off saying that, but you know. At least it's a more finalized version of the logo now, with a release date. Good job. There's definitely a lot more like basic text before. Like you'd think that also mean they wouldn't have the spelling issue as well. You'd think like easy switch, and they fixed it for the Direct, and they just didn't for Nintendo today until like a day later. I don't know how, I don't know why, but it's just how it is, and we're just gonna move on.
Welcome to the next level of Ninja Battles.
I didn't even play the original level. Why would I go to the next one? So many games I do not care about, so I had to make jokes to make up for that fact.
Sneaking onto Nintendo Switch 2.
Ta-da! We also wanted to be Breath of the Wild.
Uncharted planet.
I'll shut
Overcome
up.
the dangers lurking here to safely return to Earth in this open-world action adventure. Use Ninja Gum to freely traverse this vast world in search of clues to get back home.
People are gonna make jokes about this big momentum slop. Just you wait. Just you wait. It's probably already happened. Remember, I'm an hour behind. Remember that. Actually, at this point, probably closer to. No, I would be. Maybe close to like 30 minutes. I don't know. It's a whole thing. I'm behind. Okay.
Part of Ninjala 2, the Uncharted Planet.
Did that say first part of the sequel? Why? Monkey.
Coming to Nintendo Switch Online.
Ah, this is that thing that data miners found, I see.
Challenge event. Take on challenges
Get on there.
many Donkey Kong games available.
Why is it a limited time thing? Why is it a limited time thing?
You can earn and enjoy collectible digital challenge cards.
Oh boy.
And if you have Donkey Kong Bonanza, you can attempt even more challenges. Try out ones geared for beginners, or take on developer challenges for something.
Well, I'm just not getting everything then.
Rediscover Donkey Kong games, play challenges, and complete your card collection. DK Challenge.
Why is it a limited time thing? Why?
On the home menu of your Nintendo Switch.
Just keep it around.
Able to barrel through these limited time challenges
Why?
starting later today.
Why?
Plus, in the Donkey Kong
Come on.
DK Island,
What is it with Donkey Kong and doing limited time event stuff like it's Pokemon? Stop it!
is breaking through.
Stop!
Enjoy outfits for DK and Pauline, inspired by Mario and Luigi. Plus, there are coins, super mushrooms, question blocks, and more.
The timeline is all ruined!
You've never seen it before with a Super Mario Brothers twist. This limited time collaboration event will be held in 4 waves with the
Like I
first wave
said,
beginning
this is
later
Donkey Kong's
today.
doing the limited time Pokemon style stuff that I do not like.
From the
Why are they doing
creators of
this?
Survivors.
Why are they doing this? It's the one thing about Donkey Kong that I'm.
The latest game from the makers of Vampire Survivors, Jujutsu Kaisen.
Everything else about Bonanza looks like it's so good, and then they just do that. And I'm like, okay, you ruined it. You were so close, and then you became freak on us. You're crazy. You're nuts. I think you're nuts. I'm not even paying attention to this. I'm just moving on. Oh, damn it, dude.
The match culminates in a head-to-head final battle between the top two players. Who will be the final survivor?
If I play this game, I will never get to that final match. I know how this is.
Characters can be unlocked just by playing. Battle online with players near and far, or go it alone against computer-controlled opponents. Exorcise curses, dominate rivals, and rise to the top.
You know, no, thank you. Another one I can just ignore.
Are you up for the challenge in these games?
I want to say no.
Unforgiving battles storm onto Nintendo Switch.
Like I said, no. I told you. I told you no. You didn't listen. You didn't listen to me. I told you. I already told you.
And lethal ranged attacks. Test your mettle against towering abominations on your journey across the realms of the living and the dead.
I'm still miffed that DK's doing the limited time stuff. It's like exclusively him too. It's annoying.
Lords of the Fallen 2 launches on Nintendo Switch 2.
I can't take my mind off of that. I am not moving on from that, dude. That is stupid.
Enter a darkly elegant world based on the story of Pinocchio in Lies of P. In a city under siege, you must fight rampaging
low-key kind of looks like the same game to me. All these Souls-likes all look the same to me.
Using customizable weapons and prosthetic arms that allow you to swap between different abilities.
Like, I'm already not playing Souls-like games because I'm not a fan of like super tough challenge stuff. It would just piss me off. And then I see all of these freaking Souls-like games looking exactly the goddamn same. So I'm like, oh great, it's the RPG problem where I'm already not like a super big fan of the genre, and then they all look the same.
The most recent entry in the legendary
RPGs do at least get stuff like Pokemon or Mario and Luigi with aim for a different art style. It's not just medieval time magic game. So, you know, at least there's some that dare to be different. All the Souls-like just kind of look the same to me. So I don't know.
Arsenal of weapons and skills. Enjoy thrilling, high-octane combat at 60 frames per second in both TV mode and handheld mode. Plus, additional content such as battle tracks, character colors, and Devil Breaker weapons for Nero are included. Devil May Cry 5 Devil and launches on Nintendo Switch 2, June 23rd.
We will steal all the spots.
Pre-orders begin later today on Nintendo eShop.
And then the Sonic fan, it's everything about Sonic. Oh boy, no.
To forge their own destinies. So you're looking for some runaway ninja named Kisuke.
They still have some unfinished business in
I don't know.
I shall make him pay.
Let's show him
I'd start repenting if I were you.
An action RPG for the ages. What fate awaits those who wield the demon blades? Muramasa, Revenant Blades.
Okay.
Nintendo Switch 2.
I know some people put Xenoblade stuff on there. You go have fun with that. I have never played.
All three games run at 60 frames per second with 4K resolution in TV mode or full HD in handheld mode.
Didn't people get really mad about one of the Xenoblade Switch 2 editions actually being worse?
Not only that,
Are you lying?
but you You can travel on a high-speed vehicle in the first game. Control blades to fight mercenary squad battles in the second. And put your strength to the test against waves of enemies in the third. There's also a variety of other content.
Actually, I'm thinking that might be Xenoblade X that had that problem. I don't know about the other three. 'Cause I think these are all new. But Xenoblade X, I think, was definitely, yeah. Xenoblade X was the one that was already out, I think, and that was the one that was a bit iffy. Maybe they fixed it by now, I don't know. I understand if people might be a bit hesitant. But at least there's generally more content with this one. I think Xenoblade X was... I think Xenoblade X was just an upscale, basically. I don't think there's anything added for that.
Xenoblade Chronicles games are getting Nintendo Switch 2 editions.
I don't know.
New features will be
Again,
each title.
I've never played these. I'll just watch Chugga Conroy play them.
A new story in the Xenoblade series is about to begin. Here are some early moments from the game.
I still remember when Xenoblade 3 was announced, because Wanya was streaming his reactions to that direct, and he straight up paused it at one point to complain about the anime art style. Like, so they're one of those anime games. Ew, so cringe. It was back during Mario Wii, I think. That was back during the Starcoin stuff.
この剣の名に恥じぬよう精進します。ここが
Yeah.
リューコス。
その石はアニマ小石。騎士の力を増幅させるだけでなく、そのものの行動や思いも。
I'm looking at my OBS sound mixer. I'm seeing the mic not quite silent. So everything's probably gonna sound a little staticky because the air conditioner's on. I have nothing else to note here. I feel nothing. I feel nothing towards this series, so I do not give a shit. But you know, good for you guys, I guess. Good for you guys. I think this might have been the game that I saw the HUD of when trying to scroll back from the treehouse. I'm probably wrong. I don't know. I saw like a HUD and what looked to be some sort of open world from above. So it might be this. I don't know. I saw too little to know for sure. So that looks kind of weird. Like he has a glow effect on him, but also makes the inside of his mouth glow, and the shader looks really weird. I understand this is early on development. They're not done with it. It's probably gonna look better at the end, but I don't know. That was kind of funny. That was kind of funny. You ever think it's kind of funny how Xenoblade's been getting new games like once every like few years? And they're these huge, open, like, expansive things, and they get like DLC stories. There's like Switch 2 editions with extra content, and they're able just to churn them out so quickly.
What kind of story do you think will be told?
Meanwhile, it's been like 9 years since the last mainline 3D Mario.
Please take a look at this.
Oh man, I joke, but like, goddamn.
Home to all kinds of sports.
I'm sorry, did you just say woohoo?
Nintendo Switch Sports Resort, the latest game in the
What do you
series.
mean? What do you
Use the
mean?
Joy-Con 2 controllers as rackets.
What do you mean? What?
Or even handles.
I was making a joke about the Mario Kart World DLC that could potentially happen, being like, you know the Woohoo Island tracks of Mario Kart 7. They're not going to be in this. There's a chance that they could be now. There's a chance now. What the fuck? What have you done?
To keep your opponent on their toes.
What have you done, Nintendo?
Aim for the center of the target and let that
So
arrow fly.
dumb.
In archery.
I will say that a lot of this does look like it's ripped straight from Wii Sports Resort. I will say that. Like, specifically, the archery looks like damn near 1-to-1. Which, like, good for them. Good for them.
Dribble, pass, and shoot to score in
Yeah, yeah, this is very much closer to how Wii Sports looked in terms of, like, its gameplay style.
Battle with one thumb to hand your opponent a defeat in thumb.
I'm gonna assume this is replacing Dog Frisbee.
Using mouse controls in skateboarding.
They were not gonna make a new dog model in this style, and they're not gonna bring the Mii ones over because, like, they kind of shoved Mii's to the side in this. They kind of shoved Mii's off to the side in the original Switch Sports. They're still there. You can still play as them, but you know, these guys are the main focus. Because the Mii's look so primitive. They look so bad in HD. No one liked Wii Sports Club. Despite the fact the problem with that one was more the fact it was a fucking subscription service on the Wii U, but meh. Shut up.
Enjoy playing all kinds of sports.
Yeah, that's cool.
Nintendo Switch.
It's kind of cool. They're also bringing back Woohoo Island.
On the Nintendo Switch
So
2 system,
that's neat. That's neat.
On Nintendo
But now my comment about Woohoo Island's tracks not being in Mario Kart again. Now there's a chance because they acknowledged it. What have we done? what have we done to this?
Let's try one of the new sports. Thumb wrestling.
Before the match, let's go over the rules. Hold down your opponent's thumb for 3 seconds, and you'll win. If yours gets pinned, just shake the controller to break free.
I find this really funny because like they're all decked out in like crazy gear, like for like a super intense sport, and they're like in like a fighting stance, and then it's just basic ass thumb wrestling with this giant foam glove. Looks really goofy.
Just like this. Here we go. Let's have a good match.
Oh my god, it's so weird.
Oh, got him right away. Oh, they broke free. All right. Let's try this. Oh, we bumped thumbs. Oh, go, go, go. Hold it. Oh, they broke free.
Come on. that would make me so mad.
No, wait.
Oh my god, that is way too close.
I was worried for a second there. Okay, thumb started to sparkle, and the nail got bigger. Hold on a second. That's not how it's supposed to go. It's okay.
Imagine if he loses this.
My thumb returned to normal. Ooh, it's sparkling again. Now let's try. Oh, I got deflected. Wait a minute.
He's gonna lose. Damn.
I lost.
I don't like the way that smile looks. Is that just me? That seemed very, like very slightly, mind you, unsettling. That seemed off. I don't know why.
Survive a land ruled by dragons. The world of RuneScape comes to Nintendo Switch 2.
Okay.
Ancient power has awakened on the forgotten continent of Ashenfall.
Yes, we're at the part of the direct once again, like most times, where I'm just like, okay, can we move on to the next thing? I could just fast forward because I'm an hour behind everyone else. I could fast forward myself, but
Survival crafting adventure. Delve into the mysteries.
actually, that's fine. I think I'm closer to like an hour and a half, but like, was that the fucking Tin Man? Was that the... I think it was just that wizard guy with the odd lighting made it look like the Tin Man from Wizard of Oz. That seems really stupid.
Step into battle. Forge weapons. Sharpen your skills. And face the danger that awaits. Survive the wilds. Unveil lost secrets.
You will never be a classic RuneScape.
Dragons in
As someone who's never played RuneScape.
launching on Nintendo Switch.
I am speaking for other people because I have no experience whatsoever.
on board for these games. Customize your own avatar.
I will not be getting on board. Yeah, I get it. It's a party game show. It's just bored. It's all Mario Party knockoffs.
There are over 140 Sanrio characters to meet. Plus, you
can maybe only play as 20.
And so much more. Kitty Party Land launches exclusively on Nintendo Switch 2 and Nintendo Switch October 29th.
So let's get down there and finish.
All right,
the job.
Star Fox. Here we go. Mark this off. Okay, duplicate. There you go.
Blast off for adventure
So it
across
wasn't
the
just
lighting
Mario
system with
Party
Fox
knockoffs.
McCloud and
They're
his crew.
they're combining multiple meanings of bored because they think they're clever.
The galaxy begins. Star Fox launches on Nintendo Switch.
It's that
2.
thing that would have been great as a one more thing for a direct like this, but no, we decided to say fuck it. We're gonna shadow drop a damn direct
Will be available later
because
today
God
on
forbid.
Nintendo eShop.
I'm also thinking I should mark shadow drop actually because of some of the DLC stuff, like Popopia, I think, but like that doesn't really count. Like, I'm thinking Shadow Drop is in like a full proper game dropping, like the Metroid Prime remake. That's what the first one was on Switch, right? It was a full-on remake. Was it not just a port, was it? I don't know.
Get ready for the first Final Fantasy game in HD 2D. Final Fantasy.
Oh boy, they're gonna make more of them. HD 2D all looks the same too.
A vast world that has prospered through the power of crystals. But after the
all
invasion of
looks
the
the same.
Veritas, this once thriving world lies on the brink of annihilation. Now,
I woke up early and then had to delay stream by a full hour and a half for this.
to stop the Veritas.
Eh.
In thrilling turn-based battles, call upon visions, iconic Final Fantasy heroes from other
Okay,
worlds
now that
to
just
take
is
down
that looks
monsters.
stupid.
Can you uncover the truth?
We interrupt your HD 2D
and the secrets
game
that
at
crystals
like
hold?
one and like everything.
Final
There's so
Fantasy
many of them,
Resonance
just weird.
launches on the Nintendo
We interrupt
Switch
that to
2
give you Final
and
Fantasy
Nintendo
VII Remake, which we'll also
systems
talk about here as well,
October
despite the fact we also
Weird
the other thing that Jeff
world
does.
is waiting.
The Summer Game Fest.
Kiku
They
Niku
blend
will
together in
join
my
us
head.
In a new 3D puzzle exploration adventure. What
Eh.
can a giant fruit, malevolent robot frogs, and an
No.
all-powerful computer have in common? Nothing. Other than
Ah!
of course. Made a cavalcade of curious characters, each with their own problems and puzzles to solve. But beneath this seemingly happy world lies
This is something I feel like would be right at home for Wanye.
time to join the resistance by using Piku's surprising ability.
This feels like something I would see in a Wanye stream. Or hell, possibly something that he and Splus would make together. I don't know.
Embrace these strange encounters and bring about
Just kind of goofy look to it.
and in this sequel, navigate and explore in
Do you think it was made in Godot?
as you discover the secrets of this
It could have been.
colorful
Could have
world.
been.
Get ready to wander, solve, and
Jaywalking!
Kiku
You're supposed to look both ways and cross at the designated crosswalk!
Prepare for an all-new
I can read, okay?
monster-filled adventure.
And like sure, I guess.
Two girls find themselves lost in the kingdom of Witherwood. There, they gain the power to turn monsters into friends. Spot a monster you
Okay.
fancy? Scout it. Win it over and it'll fight by your side.
So
And that's not all.
it's Dragon
Synthesize
Quest
two monsters to create
Pokemon.
more powerful allies.
Okay.
most fearsome of foes, with a team that's uniquely your own. Adventure is calling, and it's monstrously fun. Dragon Quest Monsters, the Wizard World.
Okay.
Huh. About time you got here.
How much do you want to bet this ends up being better than Generation? I joke, but like, the Switch era Pokemon game set the bar real fucking low, okay? Like, real low.
Upon the ancient Dragon's honor. We are monsters, each vying for blood.
You're finally here.
Finally awake. God damn it! I've already made one Skyrim comment, now I'm just making jokes. It's all circling back, I'm out of ideas. What am I doing? I'm so freaking desperate for most of this board to matter, dude. I know it won't. Yes, we understand. Move on. How long were they gonna hang on there? Jeez.
Treasure hunting game.
Hey everyone, here's some fresh news about Splatoon Raiders.
Thank you.
Single-player-focused
Ask and you shall receive.
little place.
There
The
we
hideout
go.
ship out on the water.
Put that there. There we go.
There's Deep Cut.
The snapping makes it look super awkward. I gotta next time we do a direct reaction, I gotta find out how to turn off the snap on the moving the things, because for some reason it gets very mad about how things are aligned and I don't get why. I'll fix it for next time, assuming I don't forget, and I probably will, because the next one of these is gonna be
Looks like the treasure they're
3
after
months.
is at the
So I'm gonna totally forget.
There's a bunch of aggressive
Totally
creatures
friggin'
called
forget.
salmonids in the way. And when you get too close, they'll attack immediately. The salmonids
Don't
aren't
remind me of my
pushovers either,
awful
so you
times with
shouldn't go it
Salmon
alone.
Run, please. Please don't.
That's
I understand that's kind of the whole point of this game, but
the
no.
exploration bomb.
Please don't.
A member of Deep Cut pilots it during your treasure hunts and attacks automatically. Launches you in the air for extra height. And even gets out of the bot to unleash special moves. You'll also get support in the form of gadgets. There's one that continuously fires ink after it's placed. Another that slices through enemies. Another that spins ink around you, and more. And the best part, you can use them together. It'd be nice if that made things easier, though. So to recap, do not underestimate the salmonids. Yikes, this is tougher than it looks. But the salmonids aren't
I know
the
I'm super
only
quiet
powerful ones
again, but I'm
around
like,
here.
I knew this was gonna be
Through
here at
battles,
some
you,
point.
the mechanic, will also get
And
stronger by leveling
remember,
up.
I did not really
And you can
enjoy a lot of my
customize all
time with
sorts of
Splatoon
upgrades to
3.
fit your
And this just
playstyle.
seems to be running on that engine, so.
Oh,
It's just more,
looks like
it's
time's up.
Splatoon 3 story mode, but it has a lot more
More
salmon run in
details
it,
to
and I
cover
already
in
don't
the
like salmon
upcoming
run.
Splatoon Raiders Direct
I will not be
on
reacting
June
to this
5th.
direct.
And on the shared device app Nintendo Today,
I will not.
see the story events leading up to Splatoon Raiders with daily comics ahead of launch. Plus, in collaboration with this game, there's going to be a special Splatfest
Don't make me
in
boot up
Splatoon
Splat
3.
3,
The
please.
theme
I
looks
don't
like
want
it's
to play
about
it
Splatoon
again.
Raiders. Details will be announced
I
to you
really don't want to
after
play it
more info in the
again.
future. Don't forget to check this out too.
I like how you said that as an afterthought, crazy announcer. Just being like, check out this freaking tournament thing. Yeah.
So what did you think?
You know, we still want to make this a proper competitive thing, right? Yeah.
We're also releasing new Joy-Con 2 controllers inspired by Deep Cut. We hope you're looking forward to it.
You think people
Let's see some more
care?
headlines.
You think people care about the Joy-Con 2 cause that's all on the inside? You're crazy. Oh, hey! Did I call it or did I call it? There we go. And there. Perfect. I know Vix is very happy right now. So there you go. That's something. It's just chapter 5. Makes sense.
Awaken your power.
Heed me, O kingless. Whosoever truly earned the greatest faith of the citizenry shall ascend to throne and crown.
Just kind of looks like Fire Emblem.
This is the United Kingdom of
I know it's not, because they said, but like, come on, it just looks like Fire Emblem.
By decree of the king, as his face floats
The game probably plays entirely differently, but the art style alone looks exactly like Fire Emblem.
As the realm grapples with its first ever election, those vying for the throne
and once again,
plans into action.
it's a medieval time, but with magic stuff. Ooh.
You'll travel across the kingdom, forging bonds with compelling characters along the way. Various enemies stand in your path.
This battle's ours.
There are monsters roaming this world, as well as other candidates, and strange beasts known as humans. Control your destiny. And
is this what people meant when they were talking about Persona 6? I know it's not. I know it's not. Shut up. I'm making a joke. Shut up.
Create, explore, survive.
Give your ID.
A dedicated Nintendo Switch 2 version of Minecraft is on the way. Dig into your Minecraft adventure on Nintendo.
We knew a Switch 2 edition would come eventually. We knew it would happen eventually.
Across a world with enhanced lighting and shadow effects. Plus, Nintendo Switch Worlds can be so you can pick up right where you left off. What will you create next? Minecraft launches on Nintendo Switch 2 this year.
So it's wait, mute. I don't trust the sizzle rails. I never trust them. I didn't see Just Dance this time, so that's a good sign. That probably helps. That probably helps, right? Right? Okay. Oh, the screen's all wobbly. Daisy. That's a name I haven't heard in so freaking long. I thought everyone kind of moved on from that. Low key, I'm thinking this might be a game key card. I wouldn't be surprised if it was. Is this a shadow drop? Do I count that as a shadow drop? I don't know if I count that as a shadow drop. I don't know. I really don't know. Can the sizzle run be done, please? I want to unmute the stream. Because I don't want to risk anything with the music you put in here, Nintendo. I know you can be a little iffy with that. Oh, the farming sims. The farming sims are back. No! The jokes from like 3 years ago were back. None of these games I really care about. They're just name recognition. Kingdom Hearts!
Darkness approaches.
I was making a comment about game key cards. This could be a cloud release.
Collections of Kingdom Hearts games are coming to Nintendo Switch 2. Traverse through iconic Disney and Pixar.
Yeah, remember what I just said about them possibly being cloud versions? That's how it was with the Switch 1. Switch 2, I don't know if it's going to be the case here. It's probably going to be a freaking key card.
experience them for the first time alongside Sora and his friends as they
Gonna
fight
be
the
freaking
darkness.
key card
If
again.
you have the cloud
Because you
versions
know
on
this is gonna
Nintendo
work.
Switch, you can transfer your existing save data to these Nintendo Switch 2 games.
Okay,
These three
that's neat.
collections launch on Nintendo Switch 2, October 8th. A bundle with all 3 compilations, Kingdom Hearts Collection 1 through 3, also launches.
I mean, this is
October
neat.
8th. Additionally, a free demo of Kingdom Hearts 3 plus Remind will be available later today on Nintendo eShop.
Okay. It was very quiet and.
私たち
Okay.
が定義する光と闇を具現化したものは存在しなかった。でもそれを定義するものは
Hello, it's me, the devil.
私たちの定義する闇が現れた。
At last, from out from within development hell. What is it with Kingdom Hearts and just being stuck in development hell for forever? You know? Like, that and the fact that the story's apparently super convoluted as fuck. That's the entire legacy of Kingdom Hearts to me. So, I don't know. It's neat. I mean, it's kind of funny how you can have Donald and Goofy fighting Sephiroth. So that's funny, but like, I don't know. I don't really care all that much about Kingdom Hearts. You know, good for you. Good for you.
How was that?
It was all right.
Is our last announcement.
One more thing.
Please take a look.
So no bingo today again.
Long ago, there was a land
It's a Zelda thing.
created by
Okay.
the supreme divinity
I was not thinking we'd get a Zelda thing.
of this kingdom. There lay a small
I mean,
forest.
of course, they would have something out around the time the movie was going to come out. Sure, it makes sense.
An ancient solitary tree quietly watched over the inhabitants of the forest.
Is this the wait a minute? This might be the Ocarina of Time remake.
Were called the Kokiri. Each had a
Maybe.
fairy companion,
Oh,
and they
totally
lived out
isn't it?
their innocent lives in these woods.
I didn't want to believe the rumors were true.
There was one
Oh no, it is!
who did not.
The Ocarina remake! That didn't need to happen. God damn. God damn it. Well, I'll just go ahead and just. There we go. I'm gonna say it now, low-key, a very lame direct, because I didn't see any characters. Yep. It was real all along. You didn't. This year, even? You didn't need to do this. Come on.
The Legend of Zelda.
Why?
Will be reborn on Nintendo Switch 2. More details will be announced in the future. So please
Why?
look forward to them. That's all for today's Nintendo
Why?
Direct. Earlier this year, Devon-san was appointed as the new president of Nintendo of America. We'd like to conclude this presentation with a few words from Devon-san. Thank you for watching.
Okay.
Thank you, Koizumi-san. Hi, everyone. I'm Devin Pritchard, and after 20 years at Nintendo, one of my favorite things about gaming is still that moment I get to try something new. I watch the trailers, I hear about a game, but the moment I pick up a controller, that's when it all comes together. And for me, that's
the fact that you're talking about new right after talking about the Ocarina of Time remake. The irony of that.
You can read about a game, you can watch a
the
trailer,
absolute
but
irony
nothing
of that
beats seeing it for
scenario.
yourself. And that's a big part of what Nintendo Treehouse Live is about. Getting a closer look, hearing from the teams, and spending more time with the games themselves. So let's get to it. We've got a new Nintendo Treehouse Live ready to go.
Okay, so here's the thing. I was wondering whether or not I wanted to react to this one because I never really watched the Treehouses.
This July at San Diego Comic-Con, we'll
I've never really watched the Treehouses much. Because usually if there's a game I'm super interested in that they put in a treehouse anyway, I'm not gonna watch it because I don't want to get too spoiled on it in case they play too much.
Looking forward to sharing
you never
more
know.
What I love about games
but like,
and bringing those experiences
there really wasn't anything in this direct that I cared too much about.
Over to you, team.
This was kind of a letdown direct for me. So like, I'm gonna be honest. I think I might just stop here. I'll come back. I'll come back Thursday and play more Donkey Kong, and just be kind of done with it. Let me go ahead and just, since I have the power to, because I can do this. Is it? So how long does this go on for? Are they still going? Are they still freaking going? I'm not reacting to this then. My God, I'm not doubling my stream length. Jesus.
The team is just coming out.
So is it just not just Star Fox? Star Fox. Soon.
Yeah, all right, we made it.
That's the crew.
The final form.
Did we already know about this? I think these are amiibo. Did we already know about this? I mean, either way, I don't really need to mark it, I guess, because I don't get a bingo from it or anything, and the direct's over, so it doesn't really count. It doesn't really count. Then Rhythm Heaven, which I'm obviously not going to look too deeply into because I want to play that myself. Then you're messing with Star Fox again. Yeah, okay, we're done. So, okay. I was expecting something more exciting. I'll be honest. Didn't really feel that interested. Man, I wake up early to hopefully get the direct stuff ready to go. Internet fails me, delay stream by a solid hour and a half. Finally react to the thing. And it's one of the more disappointing directs for me. Like, I didn't have any games where I was super excited for them. I was being like, hey, look, it's that thing. I can mark it off on the bingo card. And that was just kind of it. So, yeah, that was kind of not really worth it. Like, usually even with directs that are kind of on the lamer side for me, there's at least one thing that I get at least a little hyped for. I don't really feel anything after this one. Because a lot of the games here, either I don't really care that much about, or I'm happy for the sake of either the bingo or for other people who do care about it. Like Deltarune. So, like, it's neat, I guess. But, like, nothing here is really... Like, nothing here really stood out as anything I really want. Not really, anyway. It's like, good for you if you care about a lot of these things. I really don't. I guess I'm more prepared for a September Direct bingo, because a lot of the stuff from this bingo can get carried over. 3D Mario, Smash, Kirby. Like, I was hoping to maybe at least see one of them to some extent during this. But, like, wow. Well, that's the Direct. That was worth waking up early and then delaying everything for an hour and a half for. I mean, my bingo card at least doesn't look too different from how it normally does after one of these. I at least was able to guess enough stuff for the bingo. Like, I wasn't completely out of touch with this. I think I've had worse bingos before when it came to Directs. I think I've had worse ones before. I'm not just talking about the last one where I did a 3x3 for the partner showcase. I think still didn't get a bingo out of it. Like, eh. So yeah, I think a lot of other people who watch this are gonna be happy, and then I'm just kind of here being like, where Kirby? where Kirby? I will say this though, me accidentally deleting Captain Falcon from the freaking bingo board didn't change a single thing. Because he didn't show up either. I'll make sure to put him on the bingo board next time. It's like I'll have him. I'll put Xenoblade on there again. I talked about it the first time. Like, you know, Xenoblade 4 is gonna be on there again. It's Xenoblade Genesis or whatever. Maybe we call it Xenoblade 0. I don't know. We can put that on there. Like, everything else that's not marked on the board, I can just kind of carry over to the next time. Like, Star Fox, no. That, oh boy, I didn't need to move that. Star Fox, don't even worry about that at all. Pocopia, they're going to announce more waves of stuff. It's going to be on there again. Rhythm Heaven's going to be out, and there's not going to be DLC, I don't think, for it, so that's going to be gone. Splatoon Raiders might get something, but I don't think they'd announce it that quick. Fire Emblem, maybe. I don't know. I'll probably avoid it. NSO stuff, generally, yeah. Even just for the sake of more GameCube stuff. Ocarina Remake, assume... Well, yeah. Honestly, I think Ocarina might be the holiday game, which is gonna suck, but fine. Bring that over, I suppose, and be disappointed. Deltarune, I'm not bringing Deltarune over again because I don't think Chapter 6 is gonna be out in 3 months, so I can ignore that. Everything else, I think I can largely, for the most part, keep. Keep Kid Icarus, keep Layton unless it comes out. Keep Wario, keep Smash, keep 3D Mario, keep Kirby, keep Mario Kart World DLC, keep Pikmin, Mario Maker, Yoshi, Gen 3. Mario Baseball. I can bring over a lot of the unmarked stuff from the board here today. Which is nice, I guess. It saves me a lot of work for next time. But this was definitely not my Direct. I will say that much. This was indeed not my Direct. Well, hopefully when September comes around and we get the next one, maybe my internet won't be the absolute worst in the world. I feel like out of all of the Directs I've reacted to on stream, I think this one might be the most let down. Which is very weird to say because you'd think they'd be doing something a lot bigger here. But I guess they now would be the time to announce a holiday game, and I guess Ocarina's gonna be it. Yeah. Like, Man. So yeah, nothing really changed for me here. I was gonna get Rhythm Heaven anyway. Star Fox is maybe vaguely interesting, but I don't care that much per se. Fire Emblem, ignore. Deltarune, I'm happy for Vix, but it's not really my thing. Splatoon Raiders, no. It's like, okay. So yeah, I think I think them hiding this one from me by the power of cutting off my internet for an extra hour and a half, I think was probably a sign I probably should have skipped this one. I'm probably the only person who was just entirely disappointed by this direct. I'm going to be honest. I'm willing to bet that when I watch reactions later on today after I have my lunch, which is about time for, goddamn, I'm willing to bet that I'm gonna see so many other people freaking out over stuff like Kingdom Hearts and Fire Emblem and Splatoon and maybe not Star Fox. I think there's a lot here for others, but not for me. And I find it neat that they started with Rhythm Heaven again. That's 2 directs where they started with Rhythm Heaven, which is something I never thought they'd do. It was a surprise the first time, and then they did it again. So, good for them. But it's kind of sad that in terms of games I'm actually wanting to get myself, it's kind of sad that it peaked at the very first announcement, and that wasn't really much of an announcement, so much as like, here's more of what the game has to offer. If you weren't sold already, see you next month. Like, okay. I'm sorry. Like, Rhythm Heaven's all that was really there for me, and we've had that in our knowledge. We've had knowledge of that since, like, last year. Actually, I think even a little before then, because that was the Switch Direct before the Switch 2 one, and that was November of the previous year. So that was November, right? Because then they announced it in November, and then we got the Switch 2 came out in that was March. That was March we got the Direct, wasn't it? Was it? No, because last year we. Ugh. Time's a mess. I hate time. Long story short, we've known about Rhythm Heaven for so long. It's like, I saw it, I wanted to get it immediately. Nothing really changed about that because of the Direct. And then nothing else here really stood out as a thing I must have. I will admit there were plenty of games that I think look cute or charming, but like a lot of this was just... No. Not my thing. It's a shame. I think I might be the only person who feels like this is a dud Direct, but I don't know, maybe I'll see Twitter and see everyone else has been mad about it too, but like maybe I was asking for a bit much with some of my predictions here, but A, I don't know what to put here half the time, and I think it's harder now. And B, I was kind of hoping for something more, and they didn't really deliver, I feel. Like, I'm not saying they had to announce a Smash Bros. Or anything, but like even if they did like a quick passing glance, like, we're putting Mario Maker 2 on Switch 2 with mouse controls, and that's it. Like, that would have been enough for me. I'd at least have something more than, oh, hey, this game I'm gonna get already because I love this series and I want to support it, and it looks like so much fun. It's super adorable. It's like there was really nothing here for me. Unless I want to get Star Fox, I guess. And I feel like a lot of the excitement of that was ruined because they shadow dropped a damn direct for it. So I don't know. Long story short, this was not my direct, clearly. But, whatever. There's always September. There's always September. Yay. Well, I've been going for roughly my normal stream length. It's time for lunch. I'm gonna do the Wanye thing and go and get a sandwich. Then, maybe I'll do more time trials. Maybe I'll do some TCG Pocket. I don't know. I'll do something else. Just something to... something, I guess. This did not feel super worth it. All of the struggle with the internet, waking up early and trying to prep for this ahead of time, and thinking that we're going to get someone really big, you're going to be so excited, and then just getting a lot of nothing. Like, I see charm with that one big walk game because all of the characters look freaking goofy as hell. Very simple, but very fun. And their mouths move like Pingu, and it made me laugh. But, like, I don't know if I'd get that game. Maybe I will. Like, maybe me and a little gaming group could get that and just have something to play on Switch 2 together. We've been trying to organize more multiplayer things. It's mostly been Mario Kart World. Because that's like one thing we all have now. I tried Splatoon 3 again because of the group leader. But my IRL friend, who's also in that group, doesn't have the game and is not interested, and I don't blame him. I don't have Smash, neither does he. So it's just the group leader who has that. Part of me wants to be like, I might as well get Ultimate at this point. It feels wrong to say that, but I don't know. Like I said, I'd wait for a new one. I feel like it's too late to jump into this one. I don't know. So, well, with that, I think it's gonna be it for our direct reaction for today. I'll be back on Thursday as we continue Mirror Mode for Donkey Kong Country Returns HD. And, I think now we're currently at World 6. I think we unlocked the cliffs. Because I know I did the stupid barrel temple I hated. And then I was like, I'm not looking for this boss, I'm going to show how bad it is, and then I do surprisingly well at it. I finally found a strategy for it. So I guess we're at the cliff world again. So I think that's going to go a lot more smoothly by comparison to... honestly, the last stream I got super pissed at, I think that was our biggest hurdle up until the end of the game. Like, I think until we reach the final boss, I don't think we're going to get anything realistically any harder than that. And the final boss, it's going to checkpoints at the boss itself, so I don't have to do the freaking rocket barrel stuff repeatedly. So, half of it gets done for me after a point. And I've already beaten him with just DK before. I just have to do it without getting hit more than once. Which, like, might be more doable than I think. I was actually kind of understanding the pattern a little bit towards the end. So like, maybe I can manage the final boss. It might end up being easier than the moles. Which, from what I saw during my Fit of Rage Game Facts lookup session. Apparently that's a big hurdle for a lot of people doing mirror mode, so it wasn't just me. So that's good to hear, at least. But, yeah, I'm gonna go. I'll see you guys on Thursday for Donkey Kong. I'm gonna go have a sandwich. And, Sploss, if you're here, if Wanye's doing the SMP today, like, I'll probably tune into that, too. So, it's neat. And you better not take all the fish from me again, buddy. And I'm not talking, for people who are watching this without the context, I'm not talking about the SMP itself. I'm not playing Minecraft with them. Wanye has a freaking channel point redeem event system where you can fish his chat. And it's got like a point leaderboard, and Sploss Boy, because Wanye would stream on the weekends while I go walking, so I tend to lurk more during those streams. So Sploss got like 100 points ahead of me because he got 2 legendary fish in one stream. And I have never been able to catch up at all, even though I've been trying to catch fish, because he would show up and just take them all, dude. The RNG does not favor me. But yeah, I'm more excited for a hypothetical Wanye stream than most of the stuff in this direct. That is sad. I'm more excited for watching Wanye and friends play a game where my laptop probably wouldn't like the mod pack very much. More so than anything in the freaking direct. Outside of stuff I already was gonna get anyway. Like, you didn't need to. It's a freaking Spider-Man meme where it's like, I'm already sold you. Like, I already said I wanted this. You don't have to sell it to me again. Like, come on. But yeah, this didn't really feel super worth it for me either way. But, oh well. I'm sure a lot of people are happy. I'm just not one of them. So, yeah. I'll see you guys Thursday for Donkey Kong. I'm gonna go eat. I'm gonna stop rambling now. I'm gonna stop wasting all of our times. Bye.